Hello friends, so today we are going to start a new module, op-amp with negative feedback. Okay, to study this module you must have some basic ideas of op-amp operations, okay, and also some basic ideas of feedback. Okay, op-amp you might already have studied in your previous semesters. Okay, the feedback we studied here as a separate topic. Okay, so there we have covered almost all the aspects of feedback. Okay, here we will consider the negative feedback aspect of the op-amp. Okay, so these two topics, op-amp and negative feedback, you must have a good idea to study this topic, and whenever and wherever required I will also tell some ideas about this. Okay, so let us see first about the feedback. So in the topic feedback we saw that basically we have four types of amplifier configuration, which is voltage amplifier, current amplifier, okay, transconductance amplifier, and finally trans resistance amplifier. Okay, all these topics we have seen with block diagram and connections. Okay, I'm just revising topic here. Okay, so now voltage amplifier, one more name we saw that it is series shunt amplifier. Okay, and when we talk about this we are talking about here mixing and sampling. Okay, so this belongs to mixing, this belongs to sampling. Okay, so here in a voltage amplifier voltage will be mixed and voltage will be sampled. Okay, for mixing voltage we need series connection, and for sampling voltage we need shunt connection. Based on this the name is given as series shunt amplifier. Similarly for current amplifier, mixing and sampling both will be current. So mixing at the input sides, currents can be mixed in shunt, okay, and current can be sampled in series. So current amplifier, another name is shunt series amplifier. Okay, now transconductance amplifier. For a transconductance amplifier, input will be a voltage, output will be a current. So output by input means current by voltage will get the conductance. Okay, and since it is the output versus input means output current versus input voltage, so it's called as transconductance amplifier. So for this mixing will be voltage. Okay, so there will be a series connection, but sampling will be a current. Okay, so that also will be a series connection. So another name is series amplifier. And last one, trans resistance amplifier. It is the output voltage divided by the input current. Okay, so input current, mixing will be a current, for that we need shunt, and sampling will be a voltage, for that we need again shunt amplifier. So these are the four another names of these four topologies, this which we already have studied in the feedback. Now here we are going to follow one more numerology, one more type of name. Here for sampling we will write what we are going to sample. Okay, and mixing the way of connection we will write. Okay, so this is also one way. In many books this also followed, so you should know this also. Like for a voltage amplifier, okay, now here we are going to write sampling first and mixing next. Okay, and this is the major point of confusion. Most of the students, they get confused by this. Okay, so carefully see. Voltage amplifier, what will be sampled? Sample will be a voltage. Okay, and what will be mixed? Mixing also will be a voltage. Mixing is done by series connection, so we will write a series here. Okay, so this is also one kind of name here, voltage series amplifier. Okay, similarly, if I have to write current amplifier, how will write? Current amplifier means what will be sampled? Current. What will be mixed? Again current. How to mix the current? By using shunt connection. So this name will be current shunt amplifier. Okay, next is transconductance amplifier. Now for this, what will be sampled? Transconductance means output current divided by input voltage. So sampling will be current. Okay, so current. What will be mixing? Mixing will be voltage. For voltage we need series mixing. So its another name is current series amplifier. And final one is trans resistance amplifier. Okay, trans resistance means output voltage divided by input current. So sampling will be a voltage. Okay, now what will be mixing? Mixing will be a current. How to mix the current? By using shunt connection. Okay, so this is another way of naming this. Okay, in this way, when we write the series shunt series shunt, in this first we are writing for mixing, then for sampling. Okay, but in this case we are writing first for sampling, then for mixing. Okay, so see this very carefully. Okay, because as I told earlier, this is the most confusing part which most of the students get confused. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now in this module we are going to cover the voltage series, okay, and the voltage shunt amplifier. Okay, so let us see that. So the first topic is voltage series feedback amplifier, and just we saw another name. This is also known as series shunt feedback amplifier or voltage amplifier. This we will do by using op-amp. So basically we are going to use a non-inverting amplifier with feedback. Okay, or we can say that it's a closed loop non-inverting amplifier, because if you provide the feedback it becomes a closed loop. Okay, so basically the voltage series feedback amplifier is a non-inverting amplifier with feedback or closed loop non-inverting amplifier. Okay, so let us see how it is implemented. Okay, so here we have an op-amp who has an open loop gain A, means A is the gain without feedback. Okay, it has two terminals, positive and negative, or non-inverting and inverting terminals. Okay, then we have power supplies plus VCC and minus VEE. This is the output terminal and these two will be the input terminals. This is the basic op-amp. Okay, now let's call this terminal as V1. Let me write again. This terminal as V1 and this as V2. Okay, So by the definition, op-amp always amplify the difference of the input. Okay, so the difference of this input will be VID, and this VID will be amplified. So V0 will be VID multiplied by A, which is the gain. Okay, now let us give its the negative feedback to this. So from output we will connect this negative terminal to provide the negative feedback through a negative resistance. Let's call it RF. Okay, and since in the beginning we have mentioned that it's a non-inverting amplifier, so we are going to connect this non-inverting terminal to the input V in. Okay, and then from the inverting terminal we are having a resistance R1, and since inverting terminal has to be grounded because it's a non-inverting amplifier. Okay, so this V in we are going to keep on a common ground. Okay, we can take separately here also one ground, so no problem here. Okay, and then we are going to take output across a load resistance RL. So across this will be the output V0. Okay, from the output terminal to the ground. Okay, so ground again we are going to connect here as a common ground. Okay, so this is how we have implemented the voltage series amplifier. Okay, so here this part is the feedback circuit. And already in the topic feedback we have seen that feedback circuits is almost every time, or you can say every time, it's a passive elements. So we are having only resistors here. So this is the feedback circuit. Okay, so feedback circuit, so the voltage here VF is connected. Okay, so this is the entire circuit. So this is a non-inverting amplifier with feedback, or we can say that closed loop non-inverting amplifier. Okay, now the open loop voltage gain or gain without the feedback means if we do not apply any feedback, that time it is called the open loop. So the open loop voltage gain or gain without feedback we call A, which is by definition it is V0 by VID. Okay, or we can say V0 equals to A into VID, same thing. Okay, now the closed loop voltage gain or gain with feedback we call it AF, and by definition it will be V0 by V in. Okay, so these are the two definitions we are going to follow for A and AF. Okay, now the gain of the feedback circuit, only for the feedback circuit, that gain, let's call it B. In many places this is called as a beta also, so don't get confused, beta and B is same. Okay, so B is VF by V0. So you can see here in the circuit diagram A is V0 by VID. Okay, AF is V0 by V in, because AF is the feedback, the gain with feedback. Okay, now B is the gain of the feedback circuit, so it is nothing but VF by this V0, because this and this in shunt, so the voltage will be same here. Okay, so these are the definitions of A, which is the gain without feedback, AF, which is the gain with feedback, and B, which is the gain of the feedback circuit. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now based on all the things, we are going to do a lot of derivations. Okay, so first let us see negative feedback. Basically we are going to see how it is a negative feedback. Okay, so for this, if I apply the KVL in the input loop, okay, so if we apply KVL in input loop, okay, so if we see what is the input loop here, so here plus V in minus VID minus VF equals to 0. Okay, so we can write here, if we apply KVL in the input loop, we get plus V in minus VID minus VF equals to 0. Okay, or we can write VID equals to V in minus VF. So we can see that the VID, which is the input to the op-amp, is V in minus VF. So main voltage applied V in, and the feedback voltage VF is getting subtracted from V in, then that difference is VID. So clearly we can say it's a negative feedback. Okay, where V in is the input voltage, VF is the feedback voltage, and VID is the difference of the input voltage. So clearly it is a negative feedback. Okay, if we wanted positive feedback, we would have changed this polarity. Okay, let us represent this as equation number 1, VID equals to Vn minus Vf. Okay, now we are going to determine the closed loop voltage gain or the gain with feedback. Okay, so we just saw the definition. The closed loop voltage gain is defined as AF equals to V naught by V in. Okay, now for the op-amp, what is V naught? For op-amp, V naught is A, which is the open loop gain, multiplied by the difference of the input, so V1 minus V2, and that is VID. So A VID. Okay, or we can write V naught equals to A, and we just saw that by equation number 1, VID is V in minus VF. Okay, so V naught equals to A multiplied by V in minus VF. Let's call it equation number 2. Okay, now how we can write VF? If we see here this diagram, so VF we can write as a voltage divider. Okay, so VF will be R1 multiplied by V naught divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, so by the voltage division rule we can write, okay, now with the help of voltage division rule we can write VF equals to R1 into V naught divided by R1 plus RF, which we have seen from this part of the network. Okay, so the voltage here VF, it is R1 multiplied by this V naught, which is here. Okay, this is V naught. So R1 multiplied by V naught divided by R1 plus RF. It was a simple voltage division rule. Okay, now so this further can be written as, okay, or let us say how to write V naught. So V naught will be this A, V naught will be A multiplied by V in minus VF. VF we just calculated as R1 V naught divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, okay, or if we open the bracket, it will be A V in minus A R1 V naught divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, and now if we take these terms left hand side and take V naught common, so what will get here? V naught, so it is common, so 1 plus A R1 divided by R1 plus RF, and in the right hand side remaining is A V in. Okay, and then we can write this V naught. This can be written as R1 plus RF plus A R1 whole divided by R1 plus RF, and this is same as A V in. Okay, or V naught. So this rest term we can take left hand side, right hand side. What we'll get here is A V in multiply by R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR1. Okay, now by definition AF, which is the gain with feedback, it is defined as V naught by V in. Okay, so if I take this V in this side, remaining will be F, so remaining is A R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR1, and let's call it equation number 3. And this is a very important result. Okay, this is the gain with feedback or the closed loop gain of a voltage series amplifier. Okay, but here we have not done any approximation. Okay, so this is the exact value. Okay, so for few places I will be writing which is exact, which is ideal, which is approximated. So this is exact value. Okay, so now since A, which is the open loop gain, and remember it should be very large, ideally it should be infinite. Okay, so generally A is very large, ideally infinite. Typically it is the range of 10 power 5. Okay, so it's very large. It means this AR1 will be very larger than R1 plus RF. Okay, it means R1 plus RF plus AR1, we can simply write only AR1. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, let me take the next page. Okay, so since A is very large, okay, and it is ideally infinite actually. A is open loop gain. Okay, but typically it is in the range of 10 to the power 5. Okay, it means this AR1, which one I am talking about here, so this AR1 will be very large than remaining R1 plus RF. Okay, so AR1 will be very large than combination of R1 and RF. it means R1 plus RF plus AR1, which is the denominator of the previous equation. This can simply be approximated to only AR1. Okay, so now this equation, that equation 3, we can write as AF equals to A R1 plus RF, numerator is as it is. Now denominator we have approximated as AR1. Okay, so A and A will be cancelled, so it will be R1 plus RF by R1, or in other words we can write AF, which is by definition it is V naught by V in, is okay 1 plus RF by R1, and I am very much sure that this equation you might have seen already in the previous semesters. Okay, so this is what we have done here, and this is the equation number 4. Okay, this also a very important result. This gives the gain with feedback. Okay, but here we have taken the ideal condition, which is ideally infinite. So this is the ideal or equation. So the previous equation number 3 was exact, but this is ideal. Okay, now what we can see here, we can see that the gain is determined by the ratio of two resistors, R1 and RF. Okay, means the gain is entirely depending upon the feedback network, and this is what we have already established in the topic feedback. Okay, so you can see that here the gain is determined by the ratio of two resistors, R1 and RF. Okay, so this already we have established. Now what is B? B is the gain of the feedback network. So B by definition it is VF by V naught. Okay, and VF already we have taken from voltage division. So R1 V naught by R1 plus RF, this already we have used, and this divided by V naught. Okay, or we can write B equals to, okay, here I can write V naught cancelled, so it is R1 upon R1 plus RF. Okay, now we see this here, what we have got here, R1 plus RF by R1 is AF, and here it is reciprocal of that, so this we can write as 1 by AF. Okay, so we can write AF equals to 1 by B, and if you remember in the feedback we have seen this equation. The only difference was it was 1 by beta. As I told in the beginning, B and beta are same. So let us call it equation number 5. Okay, so this also is going to be a very important result. AF equals to 1 by beta, and this also ideal, because ideally we are coming from here only, no? Okay, from all the approximations, so this also is the ideal value. Okay, now if we rewrite equation number 3 again. Okay, so now rewrite equation number 3. Okay, so where we have equation number 3, let us see here. So this equation we are going to write again, and let us see. So we can write AF equals to A R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR1. Okay, so I have written the equation number 3 here again. Now here, if I multiply and divide the numerator and denominator by R1 plus RF, what we'll get here? We'll get here is A R1 plus RF, and we divide this by R1 plus RF. Similarly, here we have R1 plus RF plus AR1, and this also should be divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, so what we'll get here is, we will get A upon R1 plus RF plus AR1, which is divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, this also can be broken in two parts. How? Okay, so AF equals to A divided by, and we are breaking it into two parts, so one will be R1 plus RF by R1 plus RF, another will be plus AR1 divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, so here we can say that AF will be A upon 1 plus A R1 upon R1 plus RF, and R1 upon R1 plus RF is nothing but it's B. Okay, so it means AF is A upon 1 plus A B. Okay, let's call it equation number 6, and again I am very much sure you are familiar with this equation. Okay, AF, so gain with feedback AF equals to A, which is the gain without feedback, divided by 1 plus AB. Okay, where AF is the closed loop voltage gain, A is the open loop voltage gain, B is the gain of the feedback circuit, and AB is the loop gain of the loop. Okay, so this equation 6 can be represented as a block diagram as this way. What we have here is, here we have A, which is the main amplifier. For this we are having input VID and output V0. Okay, then we have a feedback network B, okay, which is taking some part or all part of output. Okay, this also V0. Okay, then from here we are mixing this with a mixer to the input V in, and we are mixing in a negative feedback manner. So this is plus minus, and difference of this is given to the amplifier, and this is the summing junction. Okay, so this equation 6 is represented by this diagram, and this diagram also we have seen in the topic feedback. Okay, so here we have revised the concept, but specifically for the feedback. In the topic, especially for the op-amp, in the topic feedback, we took a general structure, but here we are specifically doing for the op-amp. Okay, so this was the closed loop voltage gain of the op-amp with negative feedback. Okay, next we are going to see the difference of the input voltage is ideally 0. So we are going to verify this. Okay, so by the definition of op-amp we can write V0 equals to A V1 minus V2. Okay, or we can write V0 equals to A VID, because V1 minus V2 is VID. So it means VID equals to V0 by A. Okay, now since A is very large, okay, A is very large, ideally it is infinite, it means VID will be V naught by infinite, which is approximately equal to 0, because if we divide anything by infinite it becomes 0. Okay, so we can say that VID is 0, so V1 minus V2 will also be approximately equal to 0. So this implies that V1 is approximately equal to V2. Let's call it equation number 7. Okay, so V1 and V2 are same. Okay, and for this we have considered this approximation, so this is ideal, not exact. Okay, this is also known as the virtual short circuit concept. So this concept tells us that both the terminal of the op-amp are virtually short circuited. It means they have same voltage, so voltage difference of the input voltage is ideally 0. Okay, so this is known as virtual short circuit concept. Now from the main circuit, if we see here what we can say, V1 is connected to Vin and V2 is connected to Vf. Okay, so from the main circuit, okay, we see that V1 equals to Vin and V2 equals to Vf, and this is equals to R1 V naught divided by R1 plus Rf. This also already we have seen the value of Vf by using voltage division rule. Okay, now we saw one concept that both are V1 and V2 is same. It means since V1 is same as V2, it means I can write Vin is same as R1 V naught divided by R1 plus Rf. Okay, or I can write V naught by Vin equals to R1 plus Rf by R1. Okay, which is 1 plus Rf by R1, and V naught by Vin is known as AF. So AF is V naught by Vin, which is equals to 1 plus Rf by R1, which is same as equation number 4. Okay, so with this also we can find out the gain with feedback. Okay, so we have seen a lot of basic concepts here. Okay, so like here voltage series feedback with this all definition and circuit. Okay, how it's a negative feedback, and then closed loop voltage gain we have found out using all the equations, and then we have seen that the difference input voltage is ideally 0. Okay, so more or less all this concept already we have seen. Okay, we are just doing this specifically for op-amp. Okay, now let us see the input resistance with feedback, what happens. Okay, now let us draw the op-amp equivalent circuit for voltage series feedback amplifier. Okay, so the voltage series feedback amplifier for op-amp, how we can write? See, if I have this op-amp, okay, so this terminal V1, this terminal V2, and the difference is VID. So VID is V1 minus V2. Okay, so if I see the equivalent, so let us call this Ri, which is the input resistance of the op-amp without feedback. Okay, so this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. So here we are applying the input, okay. So here the input is applied, okay. For V2 we are taking from here, from V0, and before this we are having here is plus VCC, and here minus VEE, that is dual power supply, okay. So from here we are taking across a resistance, feedback resistance RF, connected to V2 as a negative feedback, and from here across R1 we are taking the feedback voltage, okay. Now here this effect of this is a VID, okay. So this effect a VID, so V naught equals to a into VID, so this is a VID, we are going toward the output, and the output resistance of the op-amp without feedback is R naught, okay, and this is represented as like this, okay. So this is the input resistance Ri without feedback, and by definition V naught is a into VID, across R naught we are taking it, and final output will be across RL. So this will be the final output, okay. Now if I look from here, so this will be the input resistance with feedback which we are interested to determine, okay, and this is the input current, I in, okay. So now by looking at this, RIF, which is the input resistance with feedback, is defined as V in divided by I in, okay. So that's then we can see that what is total resistance, because the total input applied is V in. So how much resistance it's facing, it means that V in divided by I in, okay. Now what is Ri? Ri is the input resistance of the op-amp without feedback, which is defined as Ri, you can see from here, Ri, which is the voltage between these two terminals, is VID, and the current is same I in. So this is defined as VID by I in. So these are the definitions of the input resistance with feedback and the input resistance without feedback, okay. So based on this I can write the value of I in equals to VID by Ri, because Ri was VID by I in, so I can write I in equals to VID by Ri. So it means Rif, which is by definition it is V in by I in, I can write this as V in divided by VID by Ri from here, okay, or I can write Ri will go up, so Ri V in by VID, okay. Now but what is VID? VID, it is by definition V naught by A, okay. So because V naught is defined as A into VID, so VID will be V naught by A, so Rif will be Ri V in divide by VID is V naught by A, or we can write A RI V in minus V naught. Okay, now since V naught by V in, we call it AF. Okay, this is the definition of the gain with feedback. Okay, so we can write hence V in minus V in by V naught equals to 1 by AF, just reciprocal of this. Okay, it means if I use this here in RIF, so RIF equals to A RI, so V in by V naught we can write as 1 by AF, so divide by AF here. Okay, or I can write A RI and AF is A upon 1 plus AB, this also we have seen. Okay, so finally I can write RIF equals to RI, because A and A will be cancelled, and 1 plus AB will go up, so RI multiply by 1 plus AB. Let's call it equation number 8. Okay, so here we can see that the input resistance with feedback is 1 plus AB times the input resistance without feedback. Okay, so a voltage amplifier or a voltage series amplifier with the application of negative feedback, we have seen that input resistance is increased, and the similar thing we got for in the feedback topic for a series shunt amplifier, which was the voltage amplifier. Okay, so here also we can see that the input resistance with feedback is 1 plus AB times the input resistance without feedback. Okay, next we will see the output resistance with feedback. Okay, so to obtain the output resistance with feedback, we are going to use the standard method, which is reduce the independent source V into 0, apply an external voltage V naught, and then calculate the resulting current I naught. Okay, so in this case what we will do is we will replace the V in to 0. Okay, so voltage 0 means short circuit, and we will remove the load, we will apply an external voltage, and we will see that voltage how much current it is giving. So the applied external voltage is a known voltage, and we will measure the current, and the difference of the ratio of voltage to the current will be the resistance. Okay, so to obtain the output resistance with feedback, reduce independent source V into 0, apply an external voltage V naught, and then calculate the resulting current I naught. So in this case ROF, which is known as the output resistance with feedback, equals to V naught, which we have applied the voltage, divided by I naught, which we have measured. So V naught is a known value, so after applying the V naught, how much I naught it's giving, so that ratio will be called as the output resistance with feedback. But for this the condition is the V in should be 0. So this is the method to find out the resistance, output resistance with feedback. Let's call it equation number 9. Okay, so ROF is the output resistance with feedback. Okay, so for these things we have this circuit I have taken from the previous one. So now let us modify according to what we require. Okay, so first thing is we need to make V in 0. Okay, so short circuited, so in this case V in will be 0. Okay, and we will remove this load, and here we are going to apply a voltage V naught. Okay, this V naught will give us a current I naught which we are going to measure, okay, and the ratio of this will give is the resistance, output resistance with feedback, and let us call this node N, okay. So let us call this current IA and this current IB, okay. So this is the arrangement we have done to find out the output resistance, which will be defined by this formula. ROF equals to V naught by Vi at Vin equals to 0. Okay. Now, if we see the KCL at node N, here, if I see the KCL at node N, what we can write? We can write I naught equals to IA plus IB. So simply this incoming current I naught equals to 2 outgoing currents I naught plus IB. Okay. Now since R naught is very small, okay, basically this R naught has to be very, very small. It means it will take more current. So we can write, since R naught is very small, hence IA is very, very larger than IB. Okay, so R naught has to be small because it is the output resistance of the op-amp. Okay, and output resistance of op-amp, we know that it is ideally 0. Okay, if you revise the concept of the op-amp basic properties, so op-amp has 0 output resistance, ideally practically very, very low. So we have used this property here, and based on this we can write IA is very, very larger than IB. So based on this, again we can write as I naught is equals to IA, because IA is very larger than IB. So since I naught equals to IA plus IB, so based on this we can write I naught is near equal to IA. Okay, now after establishing this, if we apply KVL at the output loop, what we can write? Okay, so this is the output loop here. So we are going to apply KVL here. So what we can say? Plus V naught, okay, minus IA into R naught minus AVID equals to 0. In this loop we are going to apply the KVL. So we can write, okay, KVL in output loop. So plus V naught minus IA into R naught minus AVID equals to 0 by applying KVL in this loop. We have got it. Okay, so now, so we can write, or V naught minus IA is I naught, so I naught into R naught minus AVID equals to 0, because IA is same as I naught. Okay, so it means what is I naught here, which we are going to measure? So I naught we can write as V naught minus AVID divided by R naught. Okay, but VID is V1 minus V2. Okay, and here V1 is connected to V in, which is 0. We have made it 0. This is a condition for making for measuring ROF. So we can see that V1 equals to V in, which is 0 here. Okay, so 0, and V2 is VF. Okay, so VID equals to V1 minus V2 equals to 0 minus VF. It means minus, and VF already we have done many times, R1 into V naught divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, and also this is known as R1 upon R1 plus RF is B. This already we have seen many times. So B into V naught. Okay, so VID can be written as minus B into V naught. Now let us put this equation in I naught. Okay, so what we get here is I naught equals to V naught minus A VID, which VID is minus B V naught, minus minus become plus. So plus A B V naught divided by R naught. Okay, so this value we have put it here. Okay, and we got this equation. Okay, so here we got I naught equals to V naught plus AB V naught divided by R naught. Here if I take V naught common, so V naught, it will be 1 plus AB divided by R naught. Okay, so now the output resistance with feedback, which is defined as V naught by I naught by considering V in equals to 0. So this value we have got by considering V in equals to 0. So we can use this directly here. Okay, so V naught here, this value of I naught. Okay, so V naught by I naught will become R naught upon 1 plus AB. Okay, let's call it equation number 10. Okay, so this represents the output resistance with feedback. Okay, so that is the output resistance with feedback is 1 by 1 plus AB times the output resistance without feedback. Okay, so this, it means with the application of negative feedback, the output impedance reduces of a voltage amplifier or a voltage series amplifier or a series shunt amplifier. All the names are same. Okay, so this was also a very important thing, and this also we have seen this equation in the feedback. Okay, it is the same topic. Okay, now let us see what happens to the bandwidth with the application of negative feedback. Okay, bandwidth should increase. Okay, that's already we have seen in the properties of the negative feedback. Okay, let us see how it happens. So first see, let us define without feedback. Okay, so without feedback, let gain is A. Okay, and bandwidth is F naught. Okay, so the gain bandwidth product will be A F naught. Okay, where GBW is the gain bandwidth product. Now with feedback, let us define terms. Okay, let gain equals to AF. Okay, and bandwidth equals to FF. Okay, so in this case, what will be the gain bandwidth product? GBW will be gain AF multiplied by the bandwidth FF. Okay, so let's call this as equation number 11 and this as equation number 12. Okay, now the important point, the gain bandwidth product is always constant. Okay, now what happened is, with the application of negative feedback, gain reduces. Okay, bandwidth increases. So gain bandwidth, one time gain is here, it is reducing and this is increasing by the same factor. Okay, so it means gain bandwidth product, it will always be constant. It means both GBW equation 11 and equation 12 will be same. So we can write AF naught equals to AF FF. Okay, so what is FF? FF will be A F naught by AF. Okay, so in this case we know that AF equals to A upon 1 plus AB. So this, it means FF will be A F naught divided by A by 1 plus AB. Okay, so A and A will be cancelled and 1 plus AB will go up. So what will get here? We'll get here FF equals to F naught 1 plus AB, question number 13. Okay, and this represents the bandwidth with feedback is increased by a factor 1 plus AB. Okay, so we can see that the bandwidth with feedback FF is 1 plus AB times the bandwidth without feedback F naught. Okay, so this was all about the voltage series feedback. Okay, so we have seen many concepts of a voltage series feedback. Okay, we have covered this in different subtopics. Okay, like first we saw the circuit diagram. Okay, then we saw how it is a negative feedback. Okay, then we determine the closed loop voltage gain. Okay, then we verified that difference input voltage should ideally be 0. Okay, then we determine the input resistance with feedback which is increased by a factor 1 plus A beta. Then the output resistance with feedback which is decreased by the same factor which is 1 plus AB. Beta and beta B is same. Okay, so here we got. Okay, so this was the one topic. Next we will see the next topic which is voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Okay, so this is the end of this lecture. Okay, I hope you understood all these things. Okay, here we have done mostly the verification what we studied in the feedback topic for op-amp. Okay, so the next lecture we will see the voltage shunt amplifier. Okay, thank you.